Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the 1 to 144 scale high grade Destiny Gundam. So pretty much what you guys are looking at right now is before any extra panel lining, any additional painting. So right away I'll tell you guys the accuracy is really on point. They definitely did a great job as far as, making the Destiny look a little bit more modernized with a lot of detail added in there. So overall, a very nice build. I definitely enjoyed this build. I didn't really do any additional recording, so I was able to breeze through it within a day or two, a day and a half. So pretty exciting build overall. So we will definitely be touching a few bases, articulations, additional accessory, some size comparisons, and you name it. So let's get started with the articulation to begin with. So head, you can obviously rotate, no problem. Not really no problem. You do have to be a little bit more careful as you're moving it. Front and back, no problem. Arms, they are on a ball joint, not really on a ball joint wise, but it's kind of like this 2-point attachment. It is stiff as far as the connection to the chest, but you should be able to move out like so. It is really stiff, so you might have to play around a little bit before it gets a little bit loose. But shoulder wise, you can do this. Rotation, you can do this much before you hit the wing. You have a swivel right here, another swivel down below. I can show you guys like this, like right there. And bend is gonna be really good, so you have like a good almost 180. Hands are gonna be on like a ball joint, and you can rotate with ease. Coming down to the waist, we can rotate. Yeah, we can rotate just slightly, not that much. There is no side to side movement, but there is a good ab crunch, let's follow. So it's pretty good overall. And then coming down to the waist, front skirt can move all the way up. They are connected, but you can obviously disconnect them by just, stepping it off. But I'm not going to be doing that. Should be fine just as follow. Side skirt, they are on like a little bit on a hinge, so you can move back ever so slightly if you want to. And they can obviously just flop up just a little bit, so it's not that much. Back skirt is obviously fixated, you can't move it at all. So coming down to the legs, you can, let me see how far you can do as far as like a front kick. About this much. And then side to side is gonna be limited because of the side skirt, so not that much. But as far as the bend, we should be able to get a very nice bend. Let's follow. So pretty good. Going down to the feet, we can obviously move front and back, and there is a bend on the feet itself, so it does look a little bit weird honestly, but you have that. You cannot kick it forward, so it's just gonna stay flush. So we have that. Side to side movement, so let me see how much we can actually go about here. Yeah, that's probably as much as you can go if you want to put it on the table, only that much. And the front of the shin guard or the feet guard does go up as well. Now coming down to the backpack, so the backpack is going to be on like it's going to be like this. Let me just kind of show you guys. It's on like a peg that pegs right into the back like so. Pop it back in, right? And the movement of the wings can just flip all the way up like that. And there is a extra connection point where you can actually swing it, but it is a little bit tight. There is like a snap mechanics to it in a way. Over time, if you do move it a lot, I'm pretty sure that portion of it is gonna get a little bit loose. And then there, as far as the thruster, you can move up and down as follow. And the weapon connection point, you can obviously just, there is like a little bit of a locking mechanism to it as well. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but it just kind of snaps into place, really subtle. As far as the cannon, obviously it's going to be on the same mechanics. You can just rotate. If you move these out, you can just kind of flip it forward as well. and you can just have like a really nice movement like this. So for accessory, we actually do have quite a lot. So we have the standard loadout being the beam rifle and then a shield. These are pretty much just effect parts for the wing of light, and we do have a second set of hands. These are obviously for the, is it the Palmacina, something like that? I'm probably butchering the attack naming of it, but we have that. There's also that effects part that goes into here. So there's a lot going on for Destiny. So let's start out by actually just attaching the beam rifle. So the beam rifle is, you obviously do have to remove the hand guard. So let me just do this. And it picks nicely in there. And the shield is just gonna pop in place. There is no rotation to it. It's gonna be on like a triangular shape, if you will. It's just gonna snap right in. Perfect. And then you have that. And what's cool about the shield, oh wow, it just keep falling out. But anyways, the shield, you can actually slide this down. This is definitely a huge step up from the original high grade version of it, so that is really nice. Speaking of next, we do have the boomerang. So boomerang just gonna be like this. Not really the most stable connection, but you do have like a beam effect parts that attaches on like this. Pretty tight connection as well, and you have that. You can obviously do the same thing, remove the handguard and put it in there. So the beam shield will just slap on right there. So you remove this yellow piece right here first, and you just gonna attach it like as follow. And lastly, you will just place the yellow piece right here, and there you go. So with this right here, the shining finger, you will take this yellow piece from the closest and then just attach it onto right there. They do not give us a second set, but if you want to use it, you have to remove from here and then attach on here. So the attach process is fairly simple. That's the connection point, and you just attach on like this, and you just kind of have the finger like that. And most importantly, you can attach on this beam effect part, so it looks like you're actually doing the actual attack. Bam, that looks nice. Up next, we have the swords. So the sword obviously does have a effect part as well, so let's move these out and then we can attach onto it. So there is like a 3 attachment points to it. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and it's just gonna go, I think it's this direction. Okay, come on. It's kind of tough getting in there, but there you guys go. Grab that, and you just attach onto right here, and then we can get the cover and just slap it back on like so. And lastly, we have the wings of light. So these are pretty easy to attach. They are these little tabs that attach onto the wing. One on top, and then there are 2 at the bottom. There are these little notches, 1, 2, and 3, that kind of sticks onto the thrusters of the wing. So how do you actually get this on is you just do as follow. Raise the wings like this portion of it all the way up, and you have this, and then you just want to just slide in there. So how you do it, there isn't like a right or wrong way to do it, so you just want to make sure these all lines up. So you have to tap that, and once it gets in there, it stays really nicely. It's the hardest part is taking it back off, because these notches, you do have to be careful and not break them. But the afterward, let me put on the other one first. All right, but the end result is actually just marvelous. Like, look at that. Ooh, oh my gosh. Yeah, but these are pretty much all the effects parts and other accessory you can find with the Destiny. Now for the size comparison, so let's start out with the Granddaddy RA72. So this is the revived version. So Destiny obviously is not standing as straight as it can be, but overall it's not that much of a difference, right? You can definitely say RX is a little bit smaller rebuild. Next we have the Infinite Justice. I think Infinite Justice overall is a bit taller, just a little bit, because obviously with that with this point right there, but I think they are pretty much the same as well. And for our last comparison, bringing you the Super Gundam, or just the Mark II. I think this one is the same, probably the same as the RA72, but this one is just a little bit more bulk wise. But other than that, I think size comparison wise, they are all, you know, pretty much the same height. So here's gonna be my quick conclusion for this revived Destiny Gundam. Definitely a must buy if you guys are a C and Destiny fan, especially the one that has been waiting for a much more better of a kit. Just remember building the original Destiny was pretty horrendous. A lot of imperfection, right? With this revived version, definitely a lot of the flaws were being touched. Better accuracy to the proportions, just a lot more details. Color separation was just right there in point. Not to say that there's nothing you need to do to it. Obviously panel lining will definitely help make this unit a lot more better. There are a little bit of a detail you can actually go in there to paint that will, you know, immensely makes it a lot more better as well. But overall, I'm definitely impressed. I'm definitely do enjoy my time building it. So if you guys would like a copy of the Destiny Gundam as a unit on your shelf, definitely go buy it. It will not be a disappointment to build.